Blessed new week to all that will watch this. Please like and share. I am just here thankful. I thank God because those of us that live in Florida know that we had a freeze that destroyed a lot of the fruit. It made us look like we were up north, just to put it simple. But I give God thanks. My coconut trees are still, in the struggle stage. I've never seen coconut trees destroyed in Florida. The times have changed. Everything has shifted. Everything has shifted. And one thing that freeze, when I saw my yard and all of the things that I put all of my energy into to grow, nurture, when I saw all of that dry, it did something to me. It showed me that things can come back. For one, trying to someone calling me. I don't get any calls until I decide to go live. But it showed me that just like the trees are resilient, we are created like the plants. We are resilient also. Sometimes you can just go through stuff and go through stuff and then things change and everything just come back and you almost forget. You know what? Let me even compare it to labor. When a woman's in labor, the pain is so hard, so hard. It's a lot to bear. I don't even know how we bear it. But when that baby comes, oh my goodness, when that baby comes, you forget all about all the pain that it caused. Oh my goodness, there's a cute little bunny rabbit running there, a baby. But you forget all about the pain because you got your beautiful baby. And now I look at my yard, it's like all the pain that I was feeling, everything came back to more bountiful. Some banana trees that were only one came back with three. The jackfruit came back with branches shooting all out the side. So when I first saw it, it made me, I was down a bit. I was definitely down a bit. And then I had to think about it. I had to think about it. I remember everyone was saying, leave everything like it is. Don't chop anything. You'll shock the tree and this and that. And I left them for about 2 weeks, but I couldn't do it any longer. I could not tolerate seeing my yard. Hello, good morning. How's everyone doing? I couldn't tolerate seeing my yard like that. So I called a guy that cut trees for me and I asked him to come and trim everything back. It was like, I feel I can compare it to when you're having a lot of breakage in your hair and you just want to chop it, chop it, chop it. Let's start over. Let's start over. That's how I felt about my trees. And I also remember the Bible verse that also says that any tree is not bearing or, to chop it off. I'm quoting that wrong right now, but I know there's a scripture like that. And I'm like, wait a minute. I gotta take all of this frozen leaf and branches off of this to give this a better chance to survive. And that's exactly what I did. People were telling me, oh, you did it a little too early, whatever, but I just held the faith. I stood in faith and I knew, and I went outside. I watered my yard every day. When I say every day after this happened, I watered and I watered and I watered and I watered. After trimming back, I watered and I watered and I watered. And this is the result. This is the result. And I give God thanks. I give God thanks. Anything that we want to do and we want to rebuild, regrow, we can do it. We can do it. I have videos of what it looked like after the Florida freeze. And I I came out to do this video because I saw shade. I saw shade in my yard. And when my yard used to be the most shadiest yard, what you see in this yard is not what was here before the freeze. This yard was shady. It kept the house so cool, especially in the hot summer times. But after the freeze, for those who know, everything was destroyed. So I chopped it back. Everything is much, much shorter than it was. See that tall mango tree there? Everything was pretty much on that height. See that jackfruit tree there? That's a jackfruit tree. We didn't hit that top there, but that top needs to be hit before a wind blow it and it falls on someone because it's definitely dead. But yeah, I had to cut it back. And look at it now. Look at it now. Everything is coming double branches, triple branches, and I give God thanks. I really just came out here because I saw the shade in my yard, and I had not seen shade in my yard. Look at this. This is shade in my yard for, when did that happen? Almost a year? Probably about 8, 9 months. So I pray that this year we don't get such a bad freeze that where it gets us here in Florida. Normally it gets cold, but last year it just really, really, really got cold. But you know what? You just have to be prepared for whatever the. So what I did with a lot of things, um, like fruits, exotic fruits that I have, I kept them in huge pots so that if we get a day that it's going really low, I use the hand truck and I pull them in the garage. I pull them in the garage like this. This one here I have right next to the door. That's a. All right, where the memory at right now? Come on, memory, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. This is a. Oh my goodness. It's right at the tip of my tongue, y'all. It's an exotic fruit. It's going to come to me. And I put it in this big bucket here. And if it gets really, really cold, I will use the hand truck and bring it inside. I can't believe that name of the. I know it. I know it. It's just how the brain works sometimes. But yeah, this is my yard, and I give God thanks. I have all type of fruits in here. I have star apple, mangoes, lychee, avocado, coconut, cashew, moringa, sour sop, star fruit. Um, Passing them different types of avocado, jackfruit, bananas, different varieties of banana, custard apple, ackee, fever grass, mints, different types of herb, even potatoes I got growing in this yard. Pineapples, matter of fact, let you see one of the pineapples. I gotta clean up this pineapple patch. This is my pineapple that I have growing here. Look at it. Look at my pineapple. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? Well, that's my pineapple I got growing here. June plum, June plum. Ooh, I was not going to feel good if I did not remember the name of that. That was a June plum. I have two. And you know what made me remember? I'm next to the hog plum. So the plum came to mind and I remembered June plum. That is my June plum tree. Now this is my hog plum tree. This is in the ground. This was destroyed. And it wasn't even this big before it was destroyed. It just got humongous after that. So a lot of times we need to purify and clean out our lives, clean out our house, clean out our car, clean out your head. And then we'll see changes in our life. You'll see you'll be even more fruitful. All of that fogginess and clutter, dysfunction, all of that will leave when you try to operate in the spirit of excellence. We're not perfect and we're never going to be perfect, but we can definitely try to live an excellent life, a life of integrity. And I take care of this yard. It's work. It's work. I like to do it, but at the same time, I know it has to be done. It has to be done. Everything that we do, anything that you want to do in life, remain consistent. Remain consistent with it. Anything, anything. I guess they call it a green thumb, but I take pride in seeing something dying and bringing it back to life. I absolutely take pride in that. I'll be driving down in the neighborhood and people will put out and they'll pull them out from the root and it looks like it's struggling. And if I know what type of plant it is, I just take it, nurture it, bring it back to life, and voila, I have a plant. I've done a lot of plants like that. As a matter of fact, this aloe is not doing too well. It's one of my brother actually bought it over here. It was dead, 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 pretty much dead, pretty much. And I said, you know what? Let me see. I'm gonna stick it in the ground and see. I love to do that. The other day I went down. I actually was going to a nursery. And on my way to the nursery, I found three little banana suckers. I was like, wait a minute. See, in our neighborhood, people will do that. Instead of just throwing a plant away, they put it on the side, or things away, they put it on the side. Because sometimes, a lot of times, people will get it before the garbage truck get it. So they do that a lot here. So I found those three banana trees, and oh, I threw them in the car so quick. I looked around so I can see if there was anybody I can thank, but they was on the side of the road. But I wanted to thank somebody. That's how excited I was about it. And I came home and I planted those three banana trees. And I'm going to show you in a minute what they look like now. And when I got them, it was after Melissa hit. So they didn't, well, they got hit at his house, which was probably, or his or whoever that person was, which is probably why they ended up putting it on the side of the road. You know, that probably Melissa prompted them to start doing some pruning and they decided to prune out. You see my soursop trees here? I have so many soursop trees growing in my yard. Look up soursop and you'll see soursop trees growing in my yard. I put them on the side of my yard. I'd love to nurture things and keep them healthy. Even people. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I'm not behind a chair right now, but I realized that my whole career doing hair was like a therapist. You know, people would sit in my chair and all of a sudden they start opening up and telling me things. And I'm like, oh Lord, I ain't really ready to hear all this today. But then I have to realize that I'm called for this. I'm called for this. He did not let me go through experience all the things that I went through in life just for going through sake. He wanted me to be a living testimony of how we can overcome, how he causes us to always triumph. And I'm a living testimony, y'all. And this is how I do. I came about the shade, and however he wants to flow, I allow him to use me. That's what it's about. It's about our yieldedness and allowing him to use us. He wants to use us. He is looking for vessels that are yielded, that would that would allow him to speak through their physical body here in the earth. He said, as he is in heaven, so are we, the believers here, right here in the earth. Same authority. And he even said, greater works shall we do. I don't take that lightly. I don't take none of those statements lightly. But you know what? I just came to tell you about shade. So yes, see my shade since the Florida freeze. If you are watching, give me a like. If you watched it to the end, give me a like and please subscribe. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel. I would love to become a YouTube partner and bring you more valuable information, videos, inspiration, just a whole lot that I learned through life that helped me, a woman from Haitian parents who migrated to America from the Bahamas. They migrated from Haiti to Bahamas, then went to the Bahamas, had us in the Bahamas, and then we migrated to America illegally. When my mom came here with us, she came on a boat. She came on a boat with the boat docked in Miami, Florida. One day I'll tell y'all the whole story. We were detained by the whoever, what border patrol. We were detained, but there's so much to that story. And one day I want to let y'all know that story. You know, we weren't supposed to be here. God, if the enemy had his way, we all would have died on that trip. And I have a whole lot of stories that God has a lot, a lot. I want to use my words wisely. I won't say aloud. That the energy has allowed to be drawn to me and affect me adversely. The energies of four parents, the energy of anything that my parents, anything. Because you know, everything that we do, we are not paid back for it, we leaving it for our generations. You better believe somebody getting ready to pay for it. Well, that's what I rather call it instead of saying, God allow me to go through what I went through in life. But he uses all things for the good of those that love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. And I truly believe that I am called according to his purpose. And I want to do his will right here in the earth. And I tell him to use me, make me who you need me to be, so that I can be the light, and let my light so shine that men may see my good works and they would glorify you, God, that you would get all the glory and be highly lifted up. Y'all be blessed. Go ahead and give me a subscribe. It's a whole lot more to me. I promise you, it's a whole lot more to me. One day I won't even need to ask anyone to subscribe. One day, very soon, I won't be asking anyone to subscribe, because when we lift him up, he draws. Y'all be blessed.